If the government were to concede the motion as drafted, the amendment as drafted in the laws for an amendable motion, it must be understood by the House that the government could ignore it. And I can assure the House it would not be enforceable in any court of law. No, it's really got to be understood. It would not. It could not be enforceable in any court of law because that would entirely undermine the rights and privileges of this place. It would be for us to enforce it. And of course the ultimate sanction that this House has is a motion of no confidence. But short of that, there are other means by which the House can in fact bring its very clear view to bear on the government. Now, in view of that acknowledgement, no, I won't. Sorry. In view of that acknowledgement, I have to say I weigh that and the clear words of this statement against what my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, has told me about her anxieties. And my judgment, and it's a purely personal one, is that my view is that if that is the issue, then having finally obtained, I have to say with a little bit more difficulty than I would have wished, the obvious acknowledgement of the sovereignty of this place and its over the executive in black and white language, I am prepared to accept the government's difficulty and support it. I'm prepared to accept the government's difficulty and, in the circumstances, to accept the form of amendment it wants. I'd like to emphasise one other point. I shall formally move at the end of this. I don't wish to deprive the House of the right to vote on this if it wishes. It's absolute right to disagree, but speaking personally, it seems to me that with that acknowledgement having been properly made, I am content to go down that course. And finally, Mr. Speaker, because I want to sit down. Finally, I just want to say this. The difficult. No, I wish to end. Finally, I want to say this. We do face some real difficulties at the moment. It's rightly said that those who the gods want to destroy, they first render mad. And I have to say there's enough madness around at the moment to make one start to question whether collective sanity in this country has disappeared. Every time sensible, reasoned argument tries to be presented in this House, vilification and abuse follows, death threats for right honourable and honourable friends. There is a hysteria which completely loses sight of the issues that we have to really consider. And I have to say there's an atmosphere of bullying which has the directly opposite consequence, that it puts people into a position where they feel that they are unable to compromise,